but this is a good transition into our next topic as well. We saw a lot of early ganks, and it seems like that is going to be a pattern, perhaps the meta moving forward. Just talk to us about, even through all the games, how you saw the early game progressing in day one.
Well, the play-in meta was essentially scale to soul, which means just fight until there's a soul up, and then you do a 5-on-5 team fight. Lots of wombo combo strategies, throwing the Heck Room, Shens, try to, layers on one another. Win those types of fights, where we are now seeing a much more quickened pace, where before you could wait 35 minutes until the game really reaches crescendo. And outside of the LGD GenG game, all these other games were pushed or forced into a much quicker. And it came from the junglers, early invades. Even look at Rogue, which did a bottom lane gank level 1, where they threw their AD carry and support into the mid lane and just snowballed from there. It's very much a snowball meta where teams are snowballing, getting their junglers ahead, getting Rift Herald, and using that Rift Herald to grab plate, start quickening the pace, and just never letting the tempo break down. And we've seen teams like, I think Damwon was a perfect example, where it was just a wave, an avalanche of a snowball effect, where the greatest teams, the really good, the world class, are going to take these early game picks, like the Evelyn, like the Nidalee, even like the Lily or the Graves, and they are going to make it a very quick game, where if those jungle champions get ahead and can snowball the lanes they want to, we're not gonna reach the soul fight. It's going to end around 20 minutes, 30 minutes at the latest. So throw out everything you watched in the playing stage. It's a whole new ball game. These teams are a lot better, and the pace has quickened, and which is why we saw 4 of the 6 games today be just one-sided stomps.
Yeah, and a couple of those one-sided stomps involved South Korean teams. If NA didn't have the best day, South Korea certainly did. Damwon Gaming, speaking of stomps, absolutely obliterated JD Gaming. GenG, in a nice back-and-forth affair, defeated LGD, and DRX soundly defeated Unicorns of Love. We'll get to my boy Piosik in a second here. But just overall, Tyler, talking about South Korea and their impressive day one, what did you take away the most from that?
Damwon is the best team at Worlds. I think that at their highest level, I don't think there's any team at World Champions, maybe except Top and maybe a peak G2 that can come close to them. They're just too good. In this meta, with these champions on the table, with how much agency you can give Canyon with the Nidalee or the Grey or the Lilia or the Lee Sin, every champion that Canyon can make his own and snowball the top lane, or it's such a perfectly set up meta for M1. You can have Showmaker on a stable roaming mid. You put Niguri on one of his lovely carries, split push. Beryl is going to be roaming the map on champions like Pantheon and Leona, causing havoc. And Ghost is as stable as they come. You could put him on Jin, you could put him on Ashe, and he can just sit down the bottom lane all day long, farm up, get his items, and just join the mayhem when it comes. And just watching Damwon destroy JDG, and they destroyed them. This was maybe the most impactful first game we've seen from any Worlds team ever, in my opinion. I can't remember. I don't believe Samsung White or SKT 2015 had this big of a blowout versus this good of a team as their first game. It really was a statement from Damwon. When I call them the personification of brutality. They are a team that just comes in waves after wave after wave after wave, and it's just all out aggression. And it's not just dumb aggression. They've become smart about it too, and they don't just go for silly fights. And even when they do go for silly fights, they can win them because they're so mechanically better than everyone else. And I just give so many kudos to Beryl, who just seems to be everywhere on the map. Anytime a team feels like they're safe or have a 2v2 or a 3v3, Beryl's always there with Canyon to make it a 4v3, a 2v3. He's such an in-tune support player, where I think after today's games, you can't say there's any better support right now at Worlds. He was excellent. They're just a wave of pressure and just how good they are mechanically from 1 to 5. Their drafts are smart. They play so well together. Their team fighting is up there as one of the best in the world mechanically. When it comes to skirmishes, I think they're the best in the world. Individually, when it comes to laning talent, just pure one-on-one lanes, 2v2 lanes, they're one of the best or the best in the world. They are just all around a juggernaut. And you can say very similar things about Top Esports, but JD Gaming gave Top Esports a fight for their life in the spring and summer finals. Even losing in the spring finals to JD Gaming. JD Gaming had nothing for Damwon. And a lot of it has to do with them giving the comfort picks of Camille, TF, and Italy over. When I saw those 3 champions locked in one, I pretty much said GG, go next. No way you're winning. But what a performance. And if I take one thing away from South Korea's day one, is that Damwon are scary. And we've had scary South Korean teams before. We've had Samsung White and SKT, but those are counterattack. Those are counterpunching. Those are, I am going to play slow, choke you out. We might be down 3K gold, but if you make one slip up, we're going to turn it against you. This team just overwhelms you. They pressure you until you break down fundamentally and mentally. From your technical skill to your brain, they just wear you down nonstop. You can't breathe from level 1 to level 18. You can even get close to level.
So Damwon Gaming defeat JD, and a lot of people had those 2 teams advancing out of this Group B. So the fact that Damwon defeated them so soundly and so decisively really sets the tone, like you said, for Damwon to cement themselves as one of the favorites in the tournament.